East Germany is very, very different than West Germany in the sense of the cultures are very much the same. But I don't know. It's difficult to say that they're just different. They're very different. Western Germans are generally more friendly and more open, more willing to talk to you. Eastern Germans are still very, very cautious as a result of the DDR. So, their time when they were in the Eastern Bloc. So they're very, very cautious. Family is important all the way around in Germany. It really is. Education is probably the most important thing, or one of the most important things, and manners, being polite. So just showing that you are an educated, intelligent person that is willing to talk to people and to understand other things and willing to learn. It's a very, very big deal there. So in Western Germany, at least in the Berlin Mission, you have a lot stronger of a religious influence, particularly with Protestantism. So most of them are Lutheran. There's very strong Catholic ties in the South, and so those kind of bleed in together. And in Eastern Germany, as a result of their history, atheism is very, very strong. Many Eastern Germans don't have a religious belief, and whether they believe that there's no God or that there's some higher power kind of changes, so they go between atheist and agnostic. There's also a really strong belief, I've learned it's kind of all over Germany from talking to other missionaries, that God is everywhere. God is in nature, God is in everything we do, God is in other people. And so in this belief, going to any sort of organized religion doesn't really make a difference because God is everywhere. In Eastern Germany, I got quoted a lot of Nietzsche, God is dead. But it's amazing how much people can turn around when you bear your testimony and how much they're willing to change. The power of the Holy Ghost is so important. And one of the biggest things about Germany, and one of the most important things about Germany, is it has the largest second immigration culture in the world, behind America. So after World War II, they really opened their borders, not only to help rebuild Germany after all the devastation that happened with the war, but just as a lot of ways as a sign of goodwill. And as such, they have a large Turkish community. They have a large Indian community, and a large Chinese community. And then everything kind of smattered throughout that. And so you run into a lot of Hinduism, you run into a lot of Islam, you run into a lot of Buddhism, Taoism, and it's really neat. It's really fun, at least it was fun for me, to kind of hear all of these different beliefs and find connections in the gospel and be willing to talk to these people and make these connections. And when you make the connections, it helps them really to see where you're coming from. And so a lot of missionaries in Germany wind up teaching a lot of foreigners, as well as Germans. So it really is a gateway to the rest of the world that way. You're called to Germany, but you're also given an opportunity to kind of teach the world that way. A lot of the foreigners that come are students, and they're here for the German education because it's practically free there. And so you get people coming from all over the world to come because it's high quality education for very, very, very low price. Students are generally younger and more open to learning things about the gospel and learning about other cultures, that they're usually really excited to talk to you and to talk about religion.